He stepped out and put, his hand into the clay, into the dirt, and created us by touch. Even the book that you have talking about praying women, prayer is a touch. Women with the issue of blood, she was touched. The touch, I think, is the biggest thing. That is the dilemma, because we can get on, FaceTime, we can get on social media platforms, and we can see each other. But the physical touch from your pastor to say, you're going to make it, you're going to get through there, you're going to get through the season, it won't last always like this, I think is one of the biggest challenges, because you're able to get word like crazy because everybody can tune in from everywhere right now. So that's not the issue, but the common touch to our people, I think, is one of the most difficult challenges, and that you can't see your people every week. We're normally seeing people, and that has a lot of challenges, I believe, with people's psyche in their mental health, because they're used to going to a place on the weekend, dressed up, dressed down, to see a community of people that they were able to have conversation and touch with. Then hear the worship, then hear the message from our leaders. So now, with all that's going, and you is stuck in the house, it's a big challenge.
Well, it's a challenge for me too. I miss my people. I miss them a lot. Just seeing them and the interaction. That church for us becomes like family. It becomes like a support group. It becomes so many different things to us. And I hope you can still hear me. My earpiece went out.
Absolutely. Yeah, we can hear you great.
Yeah, so it becomes a lot of things, and it was my norm. So I think one of the things that we go through is the shattering of what is normal to us.
Absolutely.
And the loss of normal is stressful and a little bit scary, and a lot of people are not handling it well. But you have to weigh the need to connect against the need to survive.
Absolutely.
That's quite a choice there. And you have to make decisions according to what you think is best. I was telling people, you have to be the CEO of you.
Absolutely.
And no matter whether the governor says this, the president says this, the mayor says that, open up, do this, do that, do the other, send your kids to school, whatever. You have to be the CEO of you and make the kinds of decisions that are best for your situation. You know whether you live with your grandmother or not. You know whether you're going to put somebody in harm's way or not. And you have to be wise enough and careful enough to make some really, really good decisions, But I miss them. And we Zoom and we do all kinds of stuff, but I miss them. I miss talking to them. They were sending me pastor's appreciation notes, and I was like teary-eyed, I act like I was cutting onions or something. I was really kind of teary-eyed because I pastor because I'm called to, and I pastor because I want to. I don't pastor because I have to. I pastor because I'm called to and I want to. And anybody who knows me knows I would fly home. I would fly all night to get back home. I was very seldom out of my pulpit on a Sunday morning. That was a strong priority for me. And so it's kind of unsettling. But the Lord said something to me, and I want you to listen to this, and I'll let y'all listen to it. But the Lord said, when you pray for change, I answer with disruption.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
He said, you cannot have change without disruption. A baby can't be born without disrupting the womb.
Wow.
A plant can't grow without disrupting the soil. Anytime there's going to be growth or change, there's going to be disruption. But here's the killer thing. He said, do not become distracted by the disruption, because in the disruption is an opportunity.
Wow. Wow.
And he said, I didn't send the disruption to become a distraction, but I sent the disruption to create the opportunities to bring about the change that you've been praying for. Yeah.
Wow.
So all of a sudden I started looking all around for opportunities. Because I had thought, I've been looking at the wrong thing. I had become distracted by the disruption and the bickering and the fighting and the and the marching and all of the things that I really care about, and then the safety and well-being of people. I'm a pastor, so I'm totally distracted, and my protective nature has kicked in, and I'm very protective. Okay, so I'm trying to protect everything that's up under my auspices. From group text all my kids and told them what you can and cannot do, like they're 5 years old. Corey said any minute she was expecting me to say, "Now come home," because that's my MO. When something goes crazy, I tell everybody, "Come home." And but in the middle of dealing with the disruption, the Lord said there's always opportunities in disruption. I think what holds us back so many times is that we are so distracted by the disruption, while others are looking at opportunities, and they're seeing those opportunities to go forward. So maybe that will bless you. It certainly has blessed me, and it's changed my perspective on how I'm looking at the times that we're in right now, because God gave me that perspective on looking at things. The question is, when all of this is over, I personally don't think that we will go back to normal as it was, because we didn't go back to normal as it was after 9/11. Before 9/11, some of y'all too young to remember, before 9/11, people could walk you right up to the plane, and drop you off and wave at you and be waving at you while you're going down the runway, all that kind of stuff. All that got disrupted. Before 9/11, everything you forgot to put in your bag, you could put on your carry-on. And so you had a big old bottle of Listerine in there, and whatever you got, big old size of Listerine, wrapped in the bag, and now you can't do that. So we had to get used to a new normal. When the AIDS came, we had to adjust to a new normal. And this is the same sort of a virus as AIDS. It's just a different prophylactic. The mask becomes a prophylactic, but it's the same type of disease, and the same type of protection is putting a barrier between you and how the virus is transmitted. It's much more lethal because it's transmitted through something that we all have to do, and that's breathe. But the same after that, things were never the same. After 9/11, things were never the same. After the apartheid, South Africa was never the same. So when you think about the other side of this, and we get to the other side of this, and we've seized whatever opportunities are and gone through whatever changes, do you think people will come back to church? And do you think that church will be the way similar to how it was, or do you think that we are living in an age of automated Christianity?
I think that we're going to be I think some people will come back. I don't know. I'm in agreement with you 100,000% on what you just said. I don't think that we'll ever come back totally to the church. I think the automation will increase, and I believe that we should create systems that will be able to create us to be able to manage the people that's going to be automatic. One of the things that I have been praying about is creating almost like a production studio where we can have the ability, a small building where we can put down chairs for maybe 200, 300 people. We have to do multiple service. We'll be able to do it and do a production studio in the facility to be able to manage the systems that we need for the actual people. I've been reaching people. One of the good things about this, and what you said about disruption, one of the good things about this, I've been having high school people. I used to work in corporate America, all type of people from all type of races that I have relationships over the years, or are now able to tune into me because I was because I'm on social media. I was scared before, just being honest. As a pastor, I was nervous because I don't know who's behind the screen. I don't know who's watching. And so I'm like freaking out, and I want to be, we want to be perfect in our delivery and what we say. So sometimes that was kind of like shifting me, but this has pushed us beyond the comfort, even as people, because we're normal, like you said, we're normal people, beyond our fears to begin to have the faith to launch out there. And I have so many people now are sowing, are connecting, are believing, are saying, Pastor, I've been waiting to see you, but some of them was at their church. But now they at Bedside Baptist with the control, and they're able to tune in to see you and like, oh,